What is going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can start selling on Amazon. I'm going to run through setting your account up, finding products, listing those products on Amazon, and then also how to ship them into Amazon, so how to print off the labels, and basically just answer a lot of questions that I get asked a lot, because when you start Amazon it can be a little bit confusing. I don't think the user interface is that great, but I'm going to show you it all step by step in this video, so hopefully it helps some of you out.
I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby.
So before we start, I just want to say I'm not an Amazon guru. I don't make millions of pounds on here, but I'm just going to show you how I do it. And it might not be the best way, it might not be the quickest way, but it's just what I've learned to do. And I'm going to show you my exact process when it comes to sending products into Amazon. But it is a fairly easy and consistent way to make some money. You can just do what I do. You can do it part-time if you like and not have to invest a heavy amount. But obviously, if you want to get the best results, you are going to have to invest into stock. You do need to put the work in. You are going to have to learn new things, which is hopefully what I'm going to show you in this video if you are a beginner. So let's jump straight into it now. We're going to jump on the computer and we're going to start with setting up your account. I'm not going to go over that part too much because I don't want it to take up too much time, but we're going to briefly look at it now and then we'll move on to the other stages like sourcing products, listing products, and then sending your products into Amazon. So first things first, if you haven't set up an account, or you are literally brand new to Amazon, you do need to go through all this information in the help section that Amazon give you. I'm not going to run through all of it, and I will leave a link to this page below the video. But basically it gives you all the tips to get started, the different plans that you can purchase, so you can be on an individual account, which is basically for people that are going to be selling less than 35 units a month. So you will need to go onto the professional plan, which is £25 a month. But this is the part I want to talk about. Basically with Amazon, you need to either be self-employed or have a registered business. I started as self-employed, and you do need to provide documents, so I had to provide them with my unique taxpayer reference code, as well as some other documents. But do bear that in mind, you are going to need to be self-employed or have a business. A lot of people have a limited company, which is what I set up a few months ago. But the most common thing that people do is set up a limited company. But I'm not going to go over how to register a limited company. There's plenty of information online, or you can ring an accountant. I did set mine up myself. I just watched some YouTube videos, looked into it on Google, and it is fairly simple, but that is something that you will need to look at. Like I say, go through all the information that Amazon give you because they do tell you everything you need to know, but a lot of people just want to skip past this bit, just make an account, get stuck straight in, but you do need to make sure you go over the information. So moving on, you've created your Amazon account and then you've logged into your Seller Central. So this is what it's going to look like. It took me a little while to get used to it and work some different things out because I don't think it is that user friendly, but once you get going, obviously you learn how it all works, etc, etc. Now I haven't actually sent products into Amazon for about 3 weeks now. As you can see, I've only had one order today, but once you send products in, all you need to do really is do a bit of management, check the prices, and Amazon does it all for you, which is why this is such a great business model. All you've got to do really is find the products, send it in, and then Amazon does the rest. Like I said, I only really do this part-time because I've got a lot of other commitments at the minute, so I haven't actually had the time to buy and send more products into Amazon. But this is what it looks like when you first get into your Seller Central. Now there is loads of different categories and different things here. I still don't use half of these really. The main thing I use is obviously your inventory and then your reports and your payments. So if we just quickly look at my reports, go onto our business reports, and this is just going to give us a breakdown of everything I've sold over X period of time. But I started in May, so I got ungated I think in April. Towards the end of April, I sent in a few products, like 11 units, just to get ungated in a category. And then I actually went straight into wholesale. So I bought some wholesale toys. Probably wasn't the best time of the year, but that's what I wanted to do. That's what I started with. So I sent in a fair amount of units in May. And then sort of May through to August, because I bought a lot of units wholesale and sent them in and they wasn't performing that well, I then didn't buy anything else. So I just sort of let them products sit in. And then I decided I'm going to do some retail and online arbitrage, which is this big pickup here, sort of August, September. And then obviously it's been slowing off since then because I haven't sent anything in for a while. But total sales, £16,000. So it does show you that you can make money with Amazon. Obviously that's not profit. The profit's going to be a lot less, sort of maybe 15, 20, 25% of that. But yeah, I just thought I'd be transparent really and show you I'm not, you know, some pro Amazon seller. But this video is for beginners, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is to sort of list a product and then send it in, because I get DMs all the time about how do you ship stuff in, what boxes do you use, etc, etc. So what I'm actually going to do first is I'm going to find a product that we can list on Amazon, and then I can take you through the whole process from getting it listed and sending it in. Most people start with retail and online arbitrage, which is what I have been doing recently. I use a tool called Profital, basically a product analysis tool. It can give you the information of how well a product is selling on Amazon. If you're doing online arbitrage or you go in store, you can have the app on your phone, scan the products, and it can give you some information. But we're going to use a thing here called Deal Sheets, which again is from Profital. This is basically a spreadsheet of profitable products that they update twice weekly. They've recently moved it online and it is looking very nice. So you've got your categories here. You can choose, whatever category you want to sell in. But for this video, I'm just going to leave it on all categories and we're going to try these top ones here. So here's the name of the product. And if you click this link here, it will take you to the product page where you can purchase it. This is the ASIN number on Amazon, which is basically the number that identifies that product. Again, if I click that, it's going to link me through to that product on Amazon. There's also some information about the products here. So the monthly sales, the cost, the Amazon price, the profit per unit, and of course the sales rank. So if I wanted to purchase this product, I'd click this button here. And then this links me through to the retailer where I can purchase this product. So it's currently on Argos for $29.99. So if we then open that up on Amazon, which is this button here, this is going to take us through to the Amazon listing. Profital also have a Chrome extension, so you can open this up on Amazon on different retailers. So if you're on Sainsbury's, for example, you can look at the product, open up your extension, and then work out from that page if it's a product that you might be interested in buying. So we know these are $29.99 from Argos. Hit calculate, and then this is going to give us some more information about the product. So the estimated sales, the estimated profit per unit. Return on investment on these is 63%. Now that is a lovely markup, to be honest. I might actually purchase some of these myself. Currently there's only 2 FBA sellers and then there's 6 FBM sellers. So that is basically 6 Amazons that are fulfilling the orders themselves. So they're posting them out to the customers when they make the sale on Amazon, which you can do. But FBA really is what you want to be doing. Amazon do take more of a fee, obviously, because they're doing all the logistics, shipping it, packaging it. But yeah, that looks like a good product. Say you was to purchase that. So in Argos, we can purchase 10 of them, for example. Add them to the trolley, check out, go and collect them, etc. Currently at about £19 profit per unit. So you sell 10 of them, potentially make £190. But, so we found this product now. What I do is you can either copy this here, or you can grab the ASIN, which is that there. But I typically just copy the title, and then we go onto our Amazon Seller Central Hub. If we go to inventory and then manage inventory, we can then click this button here, add a product. And then if we just paste that in there, press search, we can see our products come up here. So you do need to make sure you're choosing the right one. I know it's not this one because the sales rank is really high and there's actually none in stock on that one there. So this is the listing. And then here there's different variations. So I believe there's different colors, different heads. So you want to make sure that you are choosing the correct product. So I know it's this one here. So you select condition, we're selling new. And then here you can see it says apply to sell. So when you start Amazon or you're trying to sell in a new category like I am, or a new brand, this apply to sell basically means that you're gated. Gated is a term that you will hear thrown around quite a lot. Basically gated means that you can't sell that brand or product. You can apply to sell these different brands. Click apply to sell, and then it's going to bring you through to this selling application page here. So then you can request approval. My selling application has been approved. Sometimes it just approves like that. Other times they're going to want invoices from the wholesaler. So you will need to get a receipt from a wholesaler. I will put some links to some websites, some companies that you can use to get ungated down below. You don't have to purchase the exact same product. So for this example, if I was gated, it would be gated in Oral-B, so I could find a wholesaler, just buy something cheap from Oral-B. You need to buy a minimum of 10 units, so maybe I'd buy 10 brush heads just to keep the costs down. And then once you've given Amazon the relevant information, invoices, etc., you'll be ungated and you should be able to sell all Oral-B products. So we've just got ungated in that. I'm going to get rid of that. Go back to our Amazon and then just refresh this page, and I should be able to click sell. So this one here is new, and then now you can see it says sell this variation. So we're going to click that, and then it's going to bring us through to this page. So what I do recommend doing is making sure you don't set your price to the current selling price or anything less. It's better to set it higher, and then when Amazon actually get it in stock, receive your product, you can then lower it down. It's much better to put the price down on a product than it is to up the price. So for example, on this, I could just put in something like £80. And then what they have added recently is the country of origin. So you need to find out where these are manufactured, which you can do with a simple Google search, or once the products actually get in hand. So once you receive the products, you can look on the packaging and then it will say exactly where it's manufactured. So I'm just going to put China because I know a lot of stuff is made in China. New. Amazon will dispatch and provide customer service. So you want to make sure you click this button here, which is fulfilled by Amazon. If you are fulfilling the orders yourself, you can click this button here, but we're talking about Amazon FBA. So this is what you want to click. So save and finish. And then it will bring you through to this page. So here you have to choose the barcode type. So some products you can actually use the manufacturer's barcode, which means you haven't got to stick your own labels on it. But for this product, it's saying Amazon barcode only. And then it takes you straight through to this page here, which is inventory to send in. So this is the page that you come to when you're actually going to pack, label up your products and put them in for shipment. So you can create a new case pack template, but I don't really use that. It's more if you're replenishing and sending in the same products over and over again. So for this one, I'm just going to leave it as individual units. You need to click prep and labeling details needed. So you click this here, and then depending on what you're selling, you might have to choose a certain category because they might have to be prepped different. So for this one, there's going to be no prep needed because it doesn't fall into any of them categories. So it's no prep needed, and then click save. Who labels the units? So I always label the units myself. You can just get Amazon to label the units for you. So you just send them in without labeling them up, and then Amazon will do that for you. But they are going to charge you 25 pence per unit, which might not seem like a lot, but if you start sending in large quantities of stock, that soon adds up, and it's really a bit of an unnecessary fee. It's a lot cheaper to do it yourself, especially when you're first starting. Do it yourself, get used to how it all works, and you're probably not going to be sending in hundreds of units, so it won't take you that much time. So click save here, and then here you can choose how many units. So for example, 10 units, click ready to pack. And then here is where you will print your SKU labels. So click this button here, print SKU labels, and then you can just print them straight off. So if we click that, it's going to open a PDF document. Now I get asked a lot, what sort of printer do I have? And I just still have a box standard printer. I know I probably should have upgraded and got a thermal printer that just prints off the labels and you stick them straight on. But I'm still on your box standard printer. Probably had that printer for sort of over 5 years now, but it does the job for me. So you click print, and then here you can see the label. So you do need to get the stickers for these, but like I say, it can just go straight into your normal printer. They're pretty cheap to buy. I actually bought mine from Amazon, and there's loads in here. Not very expensive, but basically, so it's just an A4 sheet of paper with the little stickers on it. So you just stick them into your printer, print them off, and then any barcodes that are on the product, you need to cover that barcode with your new label. So we've printed the labels off. We've now labeled up our products. You then click pack individual units, and then this is going to take you through to the box size or how many boxes it is. There is a limit on the size of box you can use. So when you start sending in different products, you can put lots of different products into one box. You don't just have to pack the toothbrushes, for example, all in one box. You can get the biggest size box that Amazon allows and fill it up with different products. You do need to try and keep it under 15 kilos though, because the charges do start to add up. But everything fits into one box here. And then it's going to ask you for the box dimensions and the box weight. So sending in one product, so maybe 20, 30 units, 10 units, is fairly straightforward. It's quite easy to follow this, but when you start trying to send in more products, that's when it gets a little bit complicated. So I'm going to show you that now. If you're trying to send in multiple products, multiple units, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now say you have got multiple units, you will need to add them all individually the same way I added the toothbrush. So go to your inventory, new product, just follow what I showed you before basically. That will be then in your inventory. So you could head back to step 1 of this shipment plan. You can go to all FBA SKUs and then all your inventory will be here. So for example, if I was going to send in another 10 units of this, I could say ready to pack. And then if I was going to send in another 10 units of those, ready to pack, 5 units of these maybe. If you are selling consumables, you will need to put the expiry date in, so that is another thing to bear in mind, especially if you're sort of clearing out stock for cheap. Generally that might be nearly out of date, and obviously Amazon won't let you sell out of date stuff. So we've added more products now that we're going to send on this shipment. Again, Amazon has generated the labels down here, so you would open that up, print the labels off, and then put them on the correct products, covering any barcodes that the product already has. So if we click pack individual units, here we can now see all the extra products that we've added onto this shipment. So now everything might not fit into one box, so multiple boxes will be needed. So 2 boxes, open web form, and then here you'd put in all the different units per box. So let's say box 1 has got them units in, and then box 2 is going to have these units in. So we need to put the weight, so we're going to put say 10 kilos on that one, 8 kilos on that one, add another box dimension, and then you need to fill in your box dimensions here. What I will do below the video, I am going to leave a link to the boxes that I actually use. I bought mine off eBay. They're not the best boxes, they're sort of mid-range, not really that strong, but I fill them up with about 15 kilos worth of stuff in, and they're the right size for Amazon. So if we do, I think it's 62 centimeters is the size of the box by 45. Firm packing information. So I haven't weighed these, so obviously we've got a warning here that one of the boxes does not meet the expected minimum 14.99 kilos. So we need to change that now. So we change that to 14.99. This warning's in continue. But basically, once you'd filled the boxes up with your products, you'd then weigh them, you'd have the dimensions, so everything would be accurate. And then we can continue and confirm. So we need to fill in the ship date. So I'm just going to put tomorrow for this example. And your shipping is actually quite cheap compared to sending something yourself. So the total weight of this shipment, I think, totals to like 25 kilos, 2 boxes, and using UPS through Amazon, it's only going to cost you £7.32. If you've ever sent anything before, sending 2 boxes of that weight, that's definitely, you know, at least half the price of what it would cost you. So it is quite cheap really, but you do want to make sure you fill them boxes up, because obviously the more you fill them up, the less boxes you've got to use to send in, so it's going to keep your costs down. So you need to accept and confirm the shipment, and then it's going to take you through to the print box labels. So Amazon will generate you labels that you need to print off and then stick onto your boxes. So you just come down here, press print, pretty straightforward. You can view your tracking details, and then what you need to do is go onto UPS and book a collection. Use that tracking number, just Google book a UPS collection, go onto their website, put in the tracking ID and your address, and then they'll come and collect that the next day. But that is your shipment confirmed. All you've got to do now is pack that up, make sure your products are labelled, seal the box, put the label on it, and then book the collection in. If you ever need to look or work on that shipment again, go to inventory and then click shipping queue, and then this will bring up your current shipping queue. So here you can see the one I've just created today, and it still says working. You can then work on the shipment if you need to change something. Maybe you need to add some more products, take some products off, but click work on shipment, and then this will bring you through to that shipping page again, and you can make some changes, so you can view and edit pretty much all of what we just done. If you ever do something wrong, just go back into it that way. So go to your shipping queue, and then you can edit the shipment that way. But that really is how simple Amazon can be. Doesn't take too long to add the products into your inventory and then ship them into Amazon. But I just thought I'd show you that, because I do get asked a lot, like, how do you send products in? What boxes do you use? Where do you find your products? And obviously you can do wholesale, you can do white label, so branding your own products, and you can do retail and online arbitrage. I would say if you're just starting out with Amazon, retail and online arbitrage is probably the best and safest and easiest way really to get started, because you haven't got to buy a load of units. You could buy, you know, a few units, send them in, get used to it all and see how you get on. But if you do want to save time, I do recommend the Profitable deal sheet. There's thousands of products on here, through all different categories, so you can choose any category you like. You've got the link to the product, the link to the product on Amazon, and some estimated sales, the cost price, profit per unit, literally right in front of you. So it isn't going to take that much of your time up. You can literally look through the information that's given to you and decide if that's a product that you want to purchase. So if you want to check Profital out, I will leave the link in the description, and you can use Heafy50 for 50% off your first month, or you can use Heafy20 and get 20% off recurring. You can get the deal sheet separate from the app, or just get the app and not the deal sheet. But for me, I definitely recommend looking at the deal sheet. It saves you a lot of time. All the products are there. And you just got to order them really, and then send them into Amazon. So if we just go back to my Amazon Seller Central, I'm just going to talk about a few things and a few mistakes really that I've made and what to look out for when you're buying products, especially when you first started. Because like me, you're probably expecting to buy products, send them in, they're going to sell straight away, you're going to make loads of money. But it isn't quite as easy as that. Don't get me wrong, that does happen. People are making a lot of money doing Amazon FBA. So another thing I want to talk about is the Amazon buy box, which is basically where you're going to make the majority of your sales from. I don't think anyone knows 100% how the buy box works, but generally the cheaper price is going to hold the buy box, which can cause a bit of an issue really, because every seller wants to hold the buy box to make sales. And one way to hold the buy box is to be the cheapest seller on that product. So if we just look at a product that I was selling here, so as you can see, we've got the buy box here, which is basically what you see when you're on Amazon. You click buy now, and literally you can purchase that product in seconds. So here it says dispatched from Amazon and sold by this seller here. So again, an FBA seller, someone like me that's buying products, send them into Amazon and selling them. So they're on this buy box because they are the cheapest, or one of the cheapest prices. So if we look down here, we can see there is a lot of sellers selling this product. So after $11.99, the next cheapest one is £12. And there's 3 sellers at £12, 3 sellers at $12.29, and so forth. But basically the person that is selling at $11.99 is holding that buy box. So if another seller wants to get that buy box back, or they want to get the buy box, they're then going to list it lower than this person. So the issue I had when I first sent products in is I didn't realise how much and how far people are willing to cut the price basically. So the first products I sent in were these Buzz Lightyear toys. I can't remember exactly how much I sent in, but I did buy a lot of them. I think I maybe had 100 units. I'm not sure, but I think it was about 100 units I paid. Obviously at the time, the UK or the wholesalers got loads of stock of that product, so loads of people were buying them, and then the price was cut right down to I think £10, maybe £11 at one point. And obviously because it was a wholesale product, a lot of these sellers had, you know, like hundreds of units. I had 100, and it wasn't the best time to really be selling toys, so that was a mistake on my part. Toys obviously do sell all year round, but generally leading up to Christmas, they're going to sell a lot better. So I sent 100 of them in. The price just got absolutely hammered. So to actually hold the buy box, I think I was making maybe £1.60 profit per unit. So I would be careful, especially when you're first starting. If you're sending a product in and there's loads of FBA sellers on it, do be prepared for the price to be cut down. That's why I work on a minimum of 30% ROI, because even if the price does get cut down 10, 15%, you can still sell it and make sort of, you know, a half decent profit out of it. And another tip that I can give you is really try and diversify your products. So at the start, I just bought 2 or 3 wholesale products. So obviously, if 2 of them products aren't really selling well, you're relying on one product to make you the money. But if you've got, you know, like 10, 15, 20 different products, even if you've only got a small amount of units each, you will be making daily sales. So then you can reinvest that money back into more stock. Obviously, when you've just started, you're probably not going to go and buy 10 different products. You're going to buy 1 or 2, send them in, see how you get on. But definitely try and diversify your stock so you're not just heavily invested into one product. And then once you start building up the capital, obviously you can invest more into one product if you want to. But it's really about sort of building up your capital and then reinvesting into more stock, selling it, reinvesting, and try and diversify your products as much as possible. As soon as I started doing that, so as soon as I done some online arbitrage and sort of bought 10, 15, 20 different products, sent them in. You only need to get the buy box on 1 or 2 of them products and you're going to be making constant daily sales. But yeah, definitely try and diversify what you're selling on Amazon and don't put all your eggs into one basket. But yeah, I think that's really going to cover this video. Talked about setting your Amazon account up. I've shown you where you can buy and source products from. I've shown you how to add them products onto your Amazon account, and then I've showed you how to do a shipment and get them products sent into Amazon. So I've pretty much covered all the basics to get started. There is obviously a lot more in the Amazon Seller Central, and there is other things you can do, and I'm sure I'm not the best or doing it the best way. There probably is an easier way, but that's how I've sort of self-taught myself to do it. You know, I haven't took any courses. All I've done really is spoke to people and they've helped me out. So I do want to shout out Banny, because he helped me get started with Amazon, and I was asking him a lot of stupid questions at the time, things like how do you add your products onto Amazon and stuff like the shipping. So shout out Banny for helping me out, and I will leave all the links for the stuff that I mentioned, so the boxes, the labels, and of course Profitable in the description. So I hope that has answered a lot of questions that I get asked. And hopefully, if you are new to Amazon, you can follow that through, get your first product sent in, and start selling on Amazon. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.